The celebrated work of West African artist Anatsui is all about transformation. Using found materials such as printing plates, condensed milk tins, and aluminum bottle caps, L's artwork draws on aesthetic traditions from his native country and various Western art forms. His 40-year retrospective reveals L's creative process and global approach to art.
I think art should allow us to question our own experiences and challenge us to want to know more about others. Specifically for the work of Anatsui, it's very easy to do that. You come to his work and you see that clearly it's something from Africa or from a place that you're not familiar with, and it makes you question yourself and your place in the world and your relationship with other spaces.
This is a retrospective of his 40-year career.
Seeing 40 years of my work brought together under one roof is humbling. You know, it gives me the feeling of exhilaration. It's like having a reunion, you know, of people who have met so many years back. You go through some of the earlier work and gives you the sense that you actually didn't take a big leap, but that what you were doing was taking little steps to get to this stage.
This is an extraordinary opportunity for people to really look at an artist, how he has changed, how his ideas have changed over time, and you don't often see that.
Al is a very quiet man, very private person, but someone who loves to engage with individuals that he meets all over the world. And he loves to engage with people about art.
Well, he's certainly an internationally known artist. He was pretty well known in Africa for the first 30 years and known in Europe as well.
He remains very important in Africa, specifically West Africa. He's from Ghana, but has lived and worked in Nigeria since 1975 and is very well known there.
But he really burst onto the international scene in about 2007 when he began creating a series of these metal wall sculptures.
For me, the amazing thing about Anatsui's work is that it's so accessible. Design people can engage with it, crafts people can engage with it, painters can engage with it, and the backstory of it, the use of recycled, reused bottle caps, it's so very current to issues going on in the world, and the story is intimate to the history of West Africa as well.
There came a time that I developed the affinity for only material that has seen some use, that has had some contact with people. I find that they have something rich about them, maybe something psychic or spiritual. It kind of builds a bond between me and anybody who has had a reaction with the object.
His work is made of the things of life, of the things that we experience in our everyday world, and so we're able to come to it with our own experiences and say, okay, I understand that. That's something that's in my world too.
I like the idea of picking commonplace things and giving them a new lease of life. Most of the time, the media that I've worked with came in inadvertently. It has to announce itself or bring itself in surreptitiously.
Al uses very ordinary materials to create incredible works of art. He uses these pieces in installations or in single works to tell very personal stories, sometimes his own personal stories, and other times to tell universal stories or stories about African history.
Almost all the works I've done, all the phases that I've passed through could be linked one way or another with history. Not that I was trying to recount history, but it was kind of looking at history as something that reflects back to me.
This is my 5th time installing this exhibition, so it's wonderful for me to just see it installed in a different space each time because the pieces take on a whole new life. The Denver Art Museum is going to be fantastic because of all the angles.
The Libeskind building is perfect for an artist such as Elle, who makes work specifically to adapt to the environment in which it's displayed. It's meant to be different every time it's installed.
Our walls are challenging. They slant outward. And so how do you hang them? Because they can't be hung flat on a wall. So we work with forklifts, we work with teams of people to shape them. And that's what I get to do. And so I have someone in the back and I'm in the front, and I'm literally lifting up the pieces and saying, okay, let's put a hook here. And then I'll step back and say, that doesn't work. Take that out. So it's a process that you work on for a couple of hours to shape each of these pieces. And it is great fun because I get to create along with the artist. It is a complete joy to hang his works, whether they're hanging, whether they're on platforms. There's no one right way to do it. Most artists have a particular way that they'd like the piece to be seen. They create it in a certain way, and they like it presented in a certain way. And Elle encourages everyone to shape the pieces as they see fit for their spaces. I think art should inspire you. You can walk through here and see just a tremendous amount of beauty. I think it should tell stories. I think it should matter to you.
To find out more about Anatsui, as well as all the other artists shown here today, head to DetroitPerforms.org.